You're like, what landing ground? The
It's like,
entire
hey guys,
ground
we
is
gotta
the
go
landing
take that
ground.
position. How do we know when we get there? Well, is Otto up there? Yeah. All right, look for the crater.
All right, guys, we are starting the Task Force Wanda podcast right now.
Right now?
The
Yes,
Task
right now.
Force Wanda
Right now. Inaugural episode.
This
like
is horrible.
Hours of content, and this is the
Just hours
inaugural.
of content gone. We gotta redo it all now. So we'll go back to Ben and his girlfriend, and we'll just start from there.
We're gonna start with the bird.
No, Fen will never go back to his ex-girlfriend. You can quote me on that. That is not happening.
I have good news, Kath.
Huh.
It only took me 5 days, but I finally beat the Pro Tem. It's done.
Oh, yay.
Shit kept going terribly wrong when I tried to do it before. I fucking
Yo.
three-shot that dude.
Nobody can really laugh at anybody for not being able to complete a mission, because we were at a time in this game where if you were able to load in, you would, like you would like beat half of the other people.
Well, like, I got into the hangar and I got to see my ship for 5 minutes.
Yeah, and
Crashed.
then the 30k came. Trading was non-existent for
I
a while.
couldn't even go inside of it. I just got to look at the windows.
It's like I walked up to it today.
Actually, this is a really good first topic because I wasn't around for that. I wasn't around for when they were just a hangar.
For the beginning. Oh, dude, it's nostalgic talking about it, which is
It
pretty
is.
sad considering how long this game's been in development. But Arena Commander used to be the seat. It used to be a chair that you sat in, and it put on VR goggles, and you played a game inside of a game.
That's crazy.
That's actually what Arena Commander was. It was
That's
a separate module that you had to buy too.
I mean, the separate model kind of sucks, but actually that sounds cooler than what they do now, where they just have like the.
Where it's a little, yeah. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna lie.
that's-
Before it was cool because you had to spawn in your hangar. First of all, the integration then was top tier, so you could spawn in your hangar. You either walk to this chair, and then it was like this little circle kind of pod thing, and then it closed up around you, and an Arena Commander popped up, and you played, Free Flight or Vandal Swarm or Pirate Swarm. Or you walked to the elevator and you went to what was essentially Area 18. And
Okay.
like you could even get back on the elevator from Area 18 and go back down to your hangar. It was actually, really cool when it worked.
When it works.
It was real fun to like walk around. Was it the G-Log bar that you could go to at first?
Okay.
I think it was
on
something
Area
like
18,
that.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
used to walk
It had
over.
nothing, it had
Nothing
nothing
worked.
in it. Yeah, exactly.
There was no NPCs, nothing worked. The only movement you saw were actual players, and it was the first time you got to like actually see players running around in front of you. It was actually really cool for its time. If like what was promised, and looking back on it, it was, oh, this is dope, and now we can do essentially the same thing. So it was like really cool when it worked.
This
You
is,
go to the G-Lo bar and teabag with people when it worked.
But you know what the best thing about that was?
When it worked.
No, even better. When it worked and they had the gray cats.
Yes.
Because that starting area was
you could
like
drive
a
the gray
racetrack,
cats around.
except it was GTA 5 in space.
It was so silly, and it worked. It didn't work as intended, but it worked good enough for the community. Which is essentially this game in a nutshell. It's not where it's intended to be yet, but as a community, we're making things happen. So it's pretty fun when it works.
This
So
is
you
back
guys are actually kind of
2013,
spoiled.
right?
Uh,
2015? 2015.
15, about 15, yeah. You guys are kind of spoiled. I like to see people complain about bugs. It's like one day I saw this dude say, "Dude, what's wrong with this game? My freelancer door pops my ship up a little bit." I remember looking at chat thinking, "Wow, that's your biggest problem with this game?" Like, it was like after the first time they changed the flight model. So essentially, what it is now, when they changed it to what it used to be, that really shitty, everybody can fly at 600 miles an hour kind of deal. It was around then, and there was a bug where if you fell asleep in a bed, you would get an infinite loading glitch. and you like somebody somewhere found, and this should tell you exactly how screwed this game up is. Somebody found a workaround. You had to go into Arena Commander, and you had to get in a freelancer, and you had to go in bed and sleep in the freelancer in Arena Commander, and that would allow you to spawn in the persistent universe. How anybody found that out, how anybody thought to look for that, how that coding happened, I will never know. But it was just, it was around that time that they just gave everybody a freelancer. The initial reason was just, here, in case that bug happens, use this to get out, because not everybody had a freelancer. I only worked for me because I had a freelancer max. So like he was complaining about the fact that his freelancer door touched the ground and the ass end of his freelancer went up a little bit, and I'm like, dude, we couldn't play the game 9 out of 10 times we turned it on, Oh my god, it's so hard to make money. I was like, dude, the only mission we used to have was Kovalex.
Oh man,
That
that sounds terrible.
You had this one Kovalex, and that was the hot spot for PvP for a while too.
The bug where you didn't actually have a player, you had a small sphere, and you couldn't actually put your helmet on because you were a fucking ball, not a person. So you couldn't leave Port Olisar for 3 fucking months.
Yeah,
you could not leave the space station. You'd suffocate before you get to your ship.
Oh my god.
That was a bug. Like, there were quite a number of us that just could not play the game for a whole quarter because we were a small ball instead of a human figure.
Yeah, like this game has gone through some things in its iteration. But the integration of stuff is actually pretty cool looking now.
Yeah, we got weather effects, got storms,
crazy.
shit affects your vehicles when you're flying in it.
Yeah, it's like
It is by far one of the most beautiful games I have seen. And that says something, because they're trying to keep up production with the fidelity of the graphics.
Yeah, like it's a very aesthetically pleasing. I have to agree with you. It's a really pretty game. But
I mean, granted, there's like very little PvE content, which is what everyone might bitch about. It's like it's how many millions of kilometers across is it of legitimate space?
I think
you can fly in and you get to a
is 480.
planet. Yeah, and you get to a planet and you're like, I want to go there. Well, guess what?
You get to do it. Yeah, no, you have to understand. Here's how crazy it was for me. When Grimhex was first released, it was the only other thing you could go to.
Yeah.
And you had to find it.
It was
to create maps on Reddit, like jump here, go to this point, turn around, and then go straight, and then hopefully you'll hit it. Like,
how do you drag people in squad?
F.
F. You have to be crouching or you have to be standing. Crouching is better, and you look at their head and you hold F. Or like their neck area, I should say.
Yeah.
You gotta choke them. Be kinky with it.
Not get
Choke them out.
I think Star Citizen is the only game where you can point at somewhere and say you can actually go there.
Right.
Like you can, like in Breath of the Wild, you can point at somewhere and then not actually be able to go there just because like it's out of the map. But like, there's nothing outside the map because it's space.
It's space, yeah. Well, to be fair, if you're talking Breath of the Wild, for what it was, that itself is a fucking amazing game.
Pretty wild.
It's
But
pretty wild. Yeah, I was gonna. But he already got it. But Star Citizen, yeah, it's its own endeavor. It's like but when before we had any planets, it was just Port Olisar. It just floated there. It was our little rock. Port Olisar. Port O was home.
Actually, it was really funny. Garrick and I were doing he and I were doing like a slam delivery where we had to go find slam from like a crash site or whatever. And I was like, oh, it's 9K plus bonuses. It's like, what are the bonuses? And he goes, oh yeah, that's if you deliver them all or something like that. And then I read the whole thing and it was like, if you see any of these people, make sure to take them out. And we went and we grabbed the slam, we put it in the thing, and I was like, okay, cool. There was nobody there. It feels like there really should be. And that's when I first learned that there aren't NPCs outside of bunkers for the most part. Like, they don't have NPCs outside in the conditions and the weather and stuff. And so we went and found a couple more drug sites last night, and they were bugged, which was kind of shitty. But like, I went to go do one because I was like, okay, I just pick up the slam, put it in the back of my ship, and then take it wherever it tells me to go. I walked into that fucking ship head high, and blam, got blasted by an NPC that was guarding it.
They have missions where you'll go to like a crashed ship or a derelict ship, and NPCs will spawn on that derelict ship. Like NPCs have taken, like, you know, they've taken refuge in a ship, or they're looking for the drugs too. It makes the game does a really good job of making it feel like there's a world there without you,
which is good because that was my only thing.
Really
I really hope they do that, because when we went and we grabbed that slam, I was like, I feel like there should be people picking through this wreckage that aren't us. And he goes, yeah, that's coming. I was like, absolutely, and I can't wait for that to come. But when I got blasted with it, I just walked in like, all right, time to find some slam. And I heard, oh shit! Boom! I was just dead.
Well, here's the thing too: is I think the beta is going to be the thing that implements a lot of that PvE stuff.
Are we sure this is ever going into beta? Like, I feel like it's always.
No, it's look. We give them a lot of shit.
Depends. See if you agree with me though. I think beta and full release in about 5 years. That's what I'm thinking.
5 seems.
I'd say beta
long.
in 5 years. Well, yeah.
A lot of people, it's interesting, there's been some theory crafters, and there's a couple videos on this. They say it's 5 years until we actually see the game come out.
And just from what I've heard from the other videos I've seen from YouTubers that often
was an alpha for literally like 6 years. I think it was.
That's different though, because they scrapped an entire engine like 2 years in. So they went through all that work and they scrapped everything. But
you can't really compare Star Citizen to anything and say this is how long that took compared to this. Like, no, you can't. Yeah.
Right. That's not what I'm saying. What I was saying was like there are games out there that because they were in alpha so long, like it was fine. Like they didn't need to go into beta or full release. Like I get where eventually you want them to go into beta or full release, but eventually people just thought, is this actually alpha or is this just a game? Which is honestly,
I feel like that's kind of what Star Citizen is going to be.
That's where I'm at with Star Citizen. I'm like, is this actually an alpha or is this just a full game they're just constantly developing? Because I mean, there's shit to do. There's bugs, but every game's got bugs.
I mean, like if you
wait see what happens after Squadron 42's release, I think it's going to pick up quite a bit.
Oh
There's a shitload of stuff they're not going to give us in the verse because it's a part of Squadron 42. Like, why would they release it? Mm-hmm. Because then there goes all the hype for Squadron 42. That's like a full blown AAA title, like single game all by itself. $60, maybe $100 purchase, right? Whatever the fuck it is, if you don't get a package for it.
Well, you can buy it right now for like $25.
Right, if you're doing like Kickstarter, like early access backing, right? But once it's like a done game and it's released, it's probably going to be a $60 purchase, like most things, right? Yeah, exactly. So I guarantee there is a ton of shit that is done and they could give us, but they're not fucking going to because it's in Squadron 42.
That's actually
I think
100%.
I think people don't realize like how big Squadron 42 is. I remember them talking about how in one of the missions in Squadron 42, you're just given a planet, right? And you can just go, and everywhere on that planet is like detailed, and there's people you can interact with on that planet, like everywhere over it. I remember that I think they were talking about that in the new the hour-long interview with and that's just like, whoa.
That does bring up an interesting talk point, and it's not to get off of Star Citizen, but it's kind of the same thing, because I assume it's going to be the same way with Star Citizen. What does everyone think about the fact that everything's going to $70 now? Like, you're not going to see $60 games anymore. Everything's going to be 70 or higher now.
If they're going to do it,
bitch.
If you don't have microtransactions and it's $70, I'm fine with it, because dev costs are raising.
Here's the thing. They're totally going to have microtransactions with that $70.
Oh, then it's bullshit.
No, that's exactly. Every AAA game is going to have the microtransactions with the $70. It's going to be the way it is.
Well, every AAA game has microtransactions with $60 right now.
Yeah, so that's not going to change. They're going to get a little bit of extra cash, and that's going to go back into profits.
But Squadron 42 might not have it Because they already have Star Citizen where you actually get their microtransactions as you buy ships, but
what are they going to do?
Squadron 42, I wouldn't think so.
Let's talk about this, though.
Macro,
what are they going to do?
These are macro
jumbo transactions.
Yeah,
fucking taking a loan, like mortgaging your house to get a ship.
I checked my bank statement with this game. Yeah, now macro's the word, dude.
What are they going to do when the game releases and then they're not selling ship packages anymore? Or not ship packages.
That subscribers.
Yeah,
doesn't do a lot, but I think that they're going to keep on doing DLC, which will, and just like small things that will kind of be overinflated to kind of keep things running. Besides that, so they'll put in a new ship, and it'll be kind of egregious, maybe to buy.
So what I thought it was going to be more like a like one of those elite subscriptions that a lot of games have now. You know,
oh yeah,
you get UAC a little faster, kind of deal. You get a discount on
insurance on your ship and shit like that.
Yeah, like insurance packages. You know, it's like, hey, you know, you're elite, so you earn a little more UAC. You spend a little less at Cryastro stations. You know, like membership packages inside the verse kind of deal.
I feel like this is a game that will never actually technically be done. I think they're going to keep on doing star systems even after they release. And
they keep doing solar systems and planets. And
that would be the beauty of it. I mean, if you think
the core functionality will be done.
The core functionality will be done. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just cosmetic stuff that kind of adds to the verse.
I mean, if you think about the nature of the game itself, we're in space. Technically, this game can never be done. Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They literally can drag this out as long as they want and or can.
As long as it keeps its I was gonna say as long as it keeps its niche audience,
As long as they can.
I mean, think about it. They even mentioned like going into VR, right? And VR is not really at a point where it could handle something like this. But if they continuously do updates to the game, and if Lumberyard keeps on updating, I'm assuming Amazon is going to go into the VR market. So automatically, the engine that they're developing on is already getting upgraded to be able to do said things.
Here's a question though: if they do VR, how would they do FOIP? Because you'll have a thing on your
so here's the thing. If you look at Oculus, right, with Facebook released about a year and a half ago at one of their press conferences that they're working on an actual camera that does facial tracking inside of the headset. And they did actually show it off at their press conference. It was supposed to be what was going to be released, I think this year is what people were touting it to be, but it hasn't hit the markets yet. But
you can already get a thing like that for the Vive Pro, like an eye tracking ring, and then you can there's like a facial capture thing. You can hook up like a Kinect or whatever to your face. And
I think the biggest thing is like, if you look at the way that technology is progressing in this day and age, you can only assume that the things that we're talking about are going to be mainstream within like the next 5 years.
Yeah.
Because you've got hand tracking, you've got infrared tracking, which dates back to when Xbox released the Kinect. So like all of this stuff has been around. It's just integrating it purposefully, making it work, and then making it smaller.
Yeah, but a game like Star Citizen and something like VR is far more has to be far more intuitive than for something like any other VR game.
Well, okay, so to be fair, if you use a program called Vorpix, you can translate the 3D.
I use Vorpix, and for dogfighting, it's great. Especially
it's amazing.
Move my head around.
Yeah,
I'm talking about when they said VR support, they meant full VR.
Yeah, VR support. They mean like.
I think it would be also like a very like the gunplay they'll probably take from Onward. But Onward will probably become better, and you'll see like an Onward 2 that has a better variation of that, So they'll take elements from all of those and put it in there. I see it possibly working, but again, probably not going to see that for another 5 years.
I keep hearing 5 years, and then I remember that I've already been waiting 5 years. So
yeah, right.
All right, now I'm pissed. not you guys. This fucking asshole's in a striker. He flips it twice. I run back and I help him flip it over twice because one day he was stuck underneath it. And then we get somewhere finally, and then he kicks me out of the gunner seat.
I'm missing all this good footage for Task Force Wanda.
Motherfucker. If he does that again, I'm gonna fucking dome him and just leave the server. I don't even care.
Foxy. Sounds like you got a friend.
Yeah. I mean, okay, now, in fairness, yes, you all yelled at me for it, but, I mean, I felt fully justified. I don't care.
That guy blew up the whole squad.
That dude blew up the entire squad and was being indignant. And I don't, like you, I don't have fucking time for that shit. You can be ignorant, just admit to it when you are.
That's why I don't like being squad leader in squad. It's like, it's a catch-22. Like, sometimes I'll get the command channel. It's like engaged. Everybody's, it's like suggestions to everybody. Hey, can you make it over here? If not, I can do this, and then people will figure something out, and it's great. And then other games, it'll start off with that one sentence that I just love to hear. It's all this ruffled mic, and then, hey guys, I just got past squad lead. My squad lead wanted to be marksman. What do I do? And it's like, all right, cool.
Maybe we should start migrating to like more like attentive servers, because there are servers in squad that are very accurate to kind of like military combat, and they don't really take kindly to people that don't know what they're doing. So maybe
I don't mind people that don't know what they're doing. It's more so the people who act like
the servers. I'm not talking about you. I'm not attacking you, Fen. The servers, they don't.
You did it again.
Oh my god, they don't like people that. The servers are more geared towards people that know what they're doing. So they.
Yeah, no, I get that, and I'm not saying you're attacking me. It's just that in my head, it's because those servers can have these guys too. It's usually the ones that get me are the ones who are sitting there. It's like, yo, dude, I played the last 12 Call of Duties. I know what I'm doing. Shut up and listen to me. And it's like, no, kid, stop.
One man army.
And then it's always the same thing. Those guys are the one that when I'm leading a squad, you'll see those random blueberries with us. That's that guy's squad. And it's not like I called them over. They just like hear us arguing, or they just like see our group going somewhere, and they hear me talking in Say Chat, and they're just like, all right, we're going with you guys. Like one time, Sam was just healing this dude, and the dude got up. He said, hey, I'm just going to stick with you. And then I pressed M, and there was like 7 blue guys with us. And I was like, what the fuck? And it was just,
There's an interesting thing in psychology. If you form a line somewhere, people will just join that line. They don't even care what it is. So it's that.
And I honestly, I always feel like that's always going to happen with us, because we're always, at least, in most cases, we're always showing success. We're always pushing a front and winning that front.
We're always top squad.
Well, it's not even to add on to what you're saying. It's not even like we're pushing and we're winning. It's not like we're just walking through. We're getting pinned down like 90% of the time.
A solid. Okay.
I can't think of any game that I've played with all of you, and I know for a fact I can say this confident. I can't think of any game that I've played with you guys where at least once that game we weren't just utterly surrounded or being bogged down by fire.
A good example, even from just tonight, was when we were all inside that building. We pushed across the road, up the hill, and we took that hill. Like, yeah, that was just our squad being like, all right, we're tired of being stuck under fire, listening to all these people yell at each other while they're bandaging and peeking and getting shot. So we're going to go run at them.
The west wall, it was in my head, it was like you guys getting shot at from the west. All right? If this enemy.
Oh, we just died. He just fucking died, dude.
He did? Did you kill him? Or did he just blow up?
I was about to, but he got out, the idiot started running away, and then he fell and died. And so I'm so not going to fucking get him up.
Teabag me, walk away. The Fen convention, ladies and gentlemen.
Now I might get him up. Fuck.
But no, it's like, fuck, we were getting shot at from the west, and I'm like, all right, dude, bullets are coming from the west. You know what you shouldn't do? You shouldn't stick your head out, at the west. Like, oh, I just got shot from the west. Let me stand in front of this hole facing the west with my back turned. It's like, yeah, it's stupid to me.
But that's why I think like it'd be better to get into those servers that Kath is talking about, because you even said it like, I don't think you understand, because I mean we kept it out of all of the Task Force Wanda stuff, but like that a couple days ago when that Task Force Wanda video was made, half of it was, why the fuck are you pushing that direction? You should be going here! And like, I don't know why you weren't command. You were doing better than that guy was, I guarantee it.
You have to remember that the Task Force Wanda video, most of it is meant, there's a couple parts that are meant to be serious, but most of it is just kind of us bullshitting or me getting fucked.
No, that's not me. That's not me downing on the Task Force Wanda video. I'm saying that like that's something that's not shown in there, but that was 90% of one of those games. Was you yelling at the people in command because they were like, "You shouldn't be going there. Turn around and walk the other fucking direction."
It's because Sven should be in command.
I should never be command. That's why I always make
you should be in command.
Look, and Weasel and Sam, and you guys too, and you because I'm gonna put you guys in squad lead position. So you
not a chance.
But it's like, you sit there and it's like, okay, we have the blue tiles, right? They have the red tiles. So we need to go, let's say, east to go take over all the red tiles. Why is your team walking west? Full health, full ammo, full healing med kits, everything. Why are you walking away from the objective? What is so important behind you? Did you forget the stove on? Why are you going backwards? So I asked them, why are you going backwards? And it's always something stupid like, oh, we're going to go get this vehicle. The vehicle at the fob? Yeah. The one that's safe? Yeah. The one that can't carry any equipment? Yeah. The one that you're going to drive back to the front line to get exploded. That vehicle. That doesn't...
Yeah, you get it. That's the one.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
To me, it's like... You're taking more time to walk backwards to get the vehicle, to drive it into the position that you could have taken on foot, probably with no enemy resistance because you got there faster. But instead, you're going to lose the tickets from your team. You're going to lose the tickets from your Jeep that you just blew up. And now we have no assets on the fields for a while. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. It's like, okay, you've got five squads on one tile. Oh, no, you got 3 squads on one tile. Then you got another squad way up to the north on another tile. What I'm going to do is I'm going to attack the middle because that's where the enemy can walk through uninterrupted. I want to stop their advance. Hopefully that stacked side can push faster than the enemy can. That's the general plan. So when you see people go off the map, away from the tiles, it's like, what are you doing? This game is literally made for retarded people when it comes to UI. It is red and it is blue. Red bad, blue good. Go red, win game. And it's like you look at the map and you start seeing these blueberries and you're like, yo, what is he doing? And don't get me wrong, sometimes you can look and be like, all right, cool, those guys are going for flanks, these guys are going for this, there must be a fob here. You can see the communication, you can see the intent, but then you just go back to spawn to grab a tank, and you see 2 people shooting each other in the face.
Well, and that'd be nice if we can get people on to have 2 squads simultaneously in those games.
We did.
We did that one. It worked really well, didn't it? Until we got more.
we had Fenn in charge of one and Weasel in charge of the other. Yeah.
It worked really well.
But be able to do that consistently, I think that would kind of expand our gameplay a lot in those games. I think that'd make it a lot more interesting. And
we just gotta organize it. We have the people.
Yeah, we got. What I really like about it is that this even translates back into Star Citizen because there's limited ammo, there's resupply things. You got to worry about logistics, everything I talked about in strategy, meaning everything in general. We can translate this to our ops in Star Citizen. Like just roll up.
It's going to end up being like this too.
Yeah, it is.
100%.
Especially Death the Spaceman. Oh, it's gonna be sick. You understand how many unhappy people's corpses we're gonna be teabagging in Cap's Carrick? Do you understand the sheer number of those sad people? I can't, but it's glorious.
There are games like there was the game with Weasel when I first joined in tonight where we are super fucking balls to the wall serious. and we destroy those games. The only times we ever like struggle at all, we're all fucking memeing the whole time. We're making fun of Amon's driving. We're
Well, even those we fucking kicked ass.
I was about to say,
those we kick ass, but maybe not like 17,000 points or some shit. But yeah,
10,000, 17,000, whatever.
I have been noticing
that
that.
Amon game, we got like 12,000 points that game, and we made it to every point stupid slow. All right, like what was it? Cab was driving that armored APC, and we were going like 20 miles. No, Amon was driving it.
Amon
was
because we were giving
60 miles an hour, and we went 0 to 60 in a minute and a half.
Which is in Task Force 1, the video. If you
I
guys
saw that. Actually reminded me of it, and I was like, you know what? And we still won. I think we still won that game.
We still
Yeah,
won.
no, we won. I can't remember the last game we've lost. To be honest,
We've lost a few, and I can honestly say, I mean, wholeheartedly, and even the game scoring algorithm says it. So you can't say I'm being cocky about OAC. Every time, whether you're on winning or losing team, you can see the effect that we've had on the battlefield.
Oh, usually top squad, no matter whether we're winning or losing.
No matter what, we're usually top squad. There was one time where I was looking at the map, and you could trace a line. Like if it was a sand, you could trace a line in the sand, showing exactly where we had been, because it was the places that they'd either have been pushed to hell or the enemies had to heavily fortify. Heavily fortify. I mean, there was one time where we were pushing up on a point, and I looked up. We got wiped by our own artillery, I believe. Actually, we got wiped by our own mortar.
That's every game, yeah.
It was like every game, but it was about 4 to 5 days ago. It was on the grassy plains. We were in the back area. Weasel was leading you guys. No, Weasel was squad lead actually that time. And I looked up at our squad and I was like, wow, this is weird. I feel like there's a lot of resistance coming from here. There were 4 squads that like converged on us, which made me think, who was the rest of our team fighting?
Right?
That's a good point. Yeah.
It's like times like that, where it's like, wow, six rockets just got shot at us, inside the room we're in. We've got machine gun from every direction. They're throwing so much machine gun bullets at us that their own teammates are getting hit by their guys because they're trying to hit us. Like, we're being bogged down. And then I look at the map and our team is just nowhere to be found. And it's like, okay.
Well, it's like, remember when we took Train Station and we were pushing up on mines and literally created an entire back end for them to cap mines and they lost Train Station?
We took that MRAP because it wasn't full squad. It was only like 5 of us, I believe. We took that MRAP and we got in there and we spawned at the rally. We went up, we tried to take the point, realized we couldn't. Walked back to the MRAP, went all the way down south to Train Station. Like, I mean, that was a drive. We talked a lot of shit during that drive. We went all the way down, took the point, moved up, and created a defensive wall with nothing but our bodies and our guns against the onslaught that they threw at us. And we still kept that point, and our team still couldn't push up. They still couldn't push up. And I was like, who are you fighting? Who? Their team is here. Who are you shooting at? How are none of you getting kicked for friendly fire at this point? Because you're not fighting the enemy. I don't understand.
And that's the thing. I think in the servers that we're in, people don't expect us to be that in their face, or they're just stupid. Like, they're showing the thinking like nobody's gonna be there.
Well, again,
we're joining.
Go ahead, Ben.
No, go ahead, Kev.
We're joining servers that are like beginner friendly and stuff that aren't coordinated. It would be a different game if we were playing with people that were more coordinated. Like if we got like an actual kind of org event going between someone that actually like an org that actually plays squad, it'd be a much different world that we're in.
To be fair, there was one point where I think it was Squad Plus, and I think it's called Squad Plus Experienced Players Only, and we played there, and we actually dominated harder there than we did in the new friendly servers. Because
it doesn't happen all the. I mean, sometimes
it doesn't happen all the time. Because we played there.
No, it happens every time. We're the best. Shut up.
See, auto gets.
We're still alive.
If we're playing with people like we play together a lot, right? So we kind of know each other's movements, so we know that we know what we're doing. If we play against people that also have that same mindset that play together often, And of course, there's squads on that, like on the games that we play too. But if it's a full server, each team has that. It's going to be a different game than what we're playing right now. It really is.
I mean, I don't know if you were there. There was one game where we were actually struggling. It was territory, and we kept going north. Actually, you do know you were there. It's in that video where we kept going north and south. Where Weasel was leading you guys, but I was in command chat. And if we got wiped in the south, we immediately went north. Took that back.
The Fallujah dust map, right?
Yep, Fallujah territory control. Look at that video again. Look at the scoreboard. If I remember, that was the game. If I remember correctly, the people whose server that was, they had an entire squad, and that was the squad that was counteracting us. They literally had like an organized group come after us, and like whatever we were doing, they were undoing. They were trying their hardest to undo our progress. So I feel like if we had a team of that against a team of us, yeah, absolutely, I agree with you. It would be amazing, and
it would be amazing. It'd be very amazing. I would love it.
I would love it too, and it would honestly, for me, it's like a wet dream because it would just my head, my brain. I could just put all these little strategies together. Like I have so much ready for this. Like you guys don't understand the divisions you're in. Like logistics. Oh, you guys are gonna hate me. Logistics, you're gonna fucking hate me, dude.
Foxy's probably gonna go logistics. I think he said.
Foxy, you're gonna hate me, man. You thought you were gonna have fun piloting your Polaris or just sitting in the captain's bay? Nah. Grab this grav pallet jack. Get moving.
No, because we were joking that like at the time I was gonna put Kath in the fucking like as a like he'd buy me the ship and I'd put him as
a fucking janitor.
Yeah, janitor. Like janitor staff. Just really aggressively angry janitor staff.
Disrespectful and hilarious at the same time.
Speaking of hilariously disrespectful, I was a couple days ago. I was a couple days ago, and I looked in side chat. I was just kind of minding my business, and this guy said, "Hey, the Star Runner's in PTU," and I'm like, "Huh." So I looked at Reddit real quick, and it wasn't blowing up. So I asked him, like, "Really?" And he's like, "No, I just wanted to get someone else out of the server so my friend could come in." And I'm like, "That is so mean, but so smart."
We do that all the time.
Dude, that's another trick. We do that shit.
That's standard
operation. We do that
operation.
shit for years.
Dude, as you said that, I was like reflexively checking my launcher.
No, we do that. We use the 30K.
Like, server's gonna take a shit, or hey, there's a new PTU update, or there's a new update, or fucking PTU whatever.
Usually like the strongest one to use. Usually when you do 30K, people start checking and be like, "No, my doors work fine," and people won't leave. You hit somebody with a PTU update, it's over.
PTU Star Citizen always gives me like a little Windows notification for PTU, like push notification. But when you're in game, it'll like hide it, which I'm very happy for. It's great that you can do that now.
You just alt tab and it'll pop up, say, "Here's what you missed."
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. It's we use that trick all the time. You'll see it a lot. We use it for org v orgs more than anything.
Using the opposing org.
Garrick just called me a liar. He's like, "I don't see any podcast meeting." Like, wrong server, bud.
Podcast. Oh, that's right. You want to turn this into a podcast.
Yeah, I'm turning it into a podcast. We're rolling right now.
There's Garrick. There he is. Yo, this Hans Zimmerman dude right here.
This is Task Force Wanda podcast number 1.
Speaking of Garrick, where's
2 hours late, by the way.
Hey, can my kids be on the show?
I mean,
Listen, I
feel like
Ben is on the show.
I will.
I like the answer.
When I put it on the YouTubes, I'll go ahead and post that it's kid friendly.
It'll get taken down immediately.
The fact that you just said that automatically demonetized your videos.
I feel like I'll never.
Like I have enough viewership to get monetization to begin with. I have like.
Dude, not yet.
I'm here. You can't get monetized because I'm here.
Yeah.
As a professional Tarkov YouTuber, you'll be attracted by my
If you don't get a Patreon, you're never gonna get a Patreon.
Have you guys ever watched Oh fuck! What's his name? Oh shit! The guy-
Demonetized. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We'll try again tomorrow.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I'm never gonna get
Dude,
monetization.
dude used to, like,
monetization with this.
curse and say all of this random shit. And on YouTube, he'd get like 6 million plus views on every single one of his videos.
Hey, all you gotta say is one word: coronavirus. That's it.
Corona.
That's how you get demonetized.
Trending number
yeah.
one. Trending number one.
Trending number one for
I'm gonna
gaming.
counteract it right now. I'm just gonna say, hey, like and subscribe to my videos, which aren't consistent right now. There's only one of them.
Or you can say hydroxychloroquine. That'll get you fucking demonetized as well.
Oh.
That's even better. Yeah.
Hey guys, did you know that only 60%, only 23% of our viewers are subscribed to our channel?
So if you guys really
Oh
like
my
the channel and subscribe, it'd be great.
No way.
It's free and you can change your mind anytime. Anyway, we hope you enjoy the video.
Should I just end it right there? Is that the perfect place to end the podcast?
There you go. There you go.
Hit the like, comment, subscribe.
Guys,
Like,
name-
comment, subscribe. I'll give you candy.
Wait, it's already over?
In my van.
You didn't
Wait,
give me
sorry,
a
what?
cake.
It's child friendly.
Like that.
Friendly. This is
I just got
child-friendly
here.
podcast.
I just got here. How's it over already?
Well,
You
technically,
broke-
I missed the first like 2.5
I was gonna say,
hours.
he missed the first 2 hours of it.
For a
Like,
kid,
we were sitting there talking, and he's like, man, I should make a podcast of this. 2 hours later, I'm starting the podcast.
Oh, we gotta start over. We gotta start over.
Yeah, start over. Everybody was writing their
I
script
tried
as they
that
were
already.
talking,
We
right?
have to
Yeah,
go back
refresh
to
your
the girlfriend
beverages.
story. And he's like, no, I'm never going back to her.
I'm
Episode
not
two.
going back to her. It's not happening.
Episode 2 confirmed.
Episode 2 starting in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I haven't even got the first one up.
Guys,
What's even gonna be your
everyone one is a very special episode because it's the making of episode 2.
Welcome to podcast 1.5, the making of episode 2.
Hey Roscoe, what's
Cat,
happening?
you're talking about getting demonetized here. This is what I was talking about. See, Fenn's okay. He's fine. We can use Fen material. Just watch that. It's got 10 million views on YouTube with it. And within the first 30 seconds.
Fen literally has said retarded, so that's not going to work.
You should watch what's said in this video.
Oh, well, maybe my pound
Probably not
Corona's
right
bullshit.
now. Not during the podcast. Do not play that video during the podcast.
No, just
I'll
watch.
play it.
I'm gonna
Literally
get
watch
blocked.
the first 7 seconds.
You know what? I tried to put up one of the squad matches, and
You don't even need to.
one of the guys played some copyrighted music like right off the bat, and so immediately the video is blocked. I'm like, can't even get a fucking video up without it getting blocked immediately. So the first video, can't even get a first video up of squad gameplay.
Cat,
Oh my God.
just watch the first 7 seconds without sound because he does subtitles on it, and you'll understand.
There you go.
Just 7 seconds in.
And
No
apparently that's something I would say.
I was like, I need to. Okay. Didn't have my sound off. Let's try it now. So this one's monetized.
It's got 10 million views on
It
YouTube. The
doesn't
guy's
mean it's
got
monetized though.
Okay, but you're never gonna make money on YouTube. Consider, think, you're never gonna make money on YouTube. So why are you worried about it?
This fucking
I'm not.
server, dude.
I'm not. Everyone else is like monetization, Corona, and I'm like, well, no. If I wanted monetization, I would make it.
It's very important that you set your sights high. That's all I'm saying.
Such
Oh,
a
it's just like this time.
That's
Dude, I'm gonna put it to you this way: if this podcast takes off something crazy and becomes this thing that people just actually show up for, I'm gonna have some serious questions for them.
What is wrong with you? That's the first one.
Like,
Everyone will ask,
look,
what is wrong with you?
Like, look, guys, I'm gonna be honest. I want to say thank you to everybody listening. What the fuck?
Episode 34, the Fen Q&A.
You guys don't have anything better to do
We
than
really
Hey,
don't.
we need to book. We need to book Alex Jones. That's-
Alex Jones.
my God.
Oh my
Hey, you know
God.
what? Hey, everyone! If we get 10,000
buddy.
subscribers, I'll reach out to Alex Jones and we'll get him to talk about Star
Take,
Citizen.
You
take
think Alex Jones is,
hilarious. It doesn't have to be about Star Citizen.
It has
We
to be
can
about
talk
Star
to Alex
Citizen.
about anything we want.
He's gonna have a
Mr. Jones,
conspiracy
we're gonna buy you a
theory.
game package, and you're gonna play for a couple hours. You're gonna tell us what you think.
He's gonna have a conspiracy theory about it being a
Guys,
scam. You know.
I'm gonna be honest. I think Alex Jones already has concierge in Star Citizen. Let's be honest.
This is a conspiracy to raise our children for the new space pandemic.
The Space
When
Force.
the frog people
Let's get
take
all
over
into
the
the Space
planet,
Force.
we have to evacuate.
Turn
I would
the
be
frogs
actually-
gay.
Tearing us
Turn
for
the
our
Atlantic
shit.
frogs gay.
To have 10-minute conversation with him, I would pay actual money for it.
You
Just
hear
sit
that,
there.
Jones? I will give you real money. Fenwell, I won't.
I love when you complain about your squad lead not communicating. He's like, well, you can just leave.
You can't
Yeah,
give him real
yeah,
money,
they
Kath.
always do
Keep
that.
spending it on
Like,
shit.
Cool, fuck you. Because
No
you're
offense,
fucking
but-
useless.
Bodo just pulled out a perfect point. He said that, he asked the squad leave for something, and the squad was like, well, you could just leave. That right there breaks the cohesion in squads. And it's like, really, that's what I'm talking about like those squad leads that suck in chat. He's probably super toxic in chat right now.
He's not saying shit. He's just in a tank driving around. He's like, you can
No,
just
I mean,
leave.
like-
I'm like, I might as well. No, it'd be the fucking exact same as staying here. A bunch of nothing. And he didn't say shit.
Task
See,
Force
people
Wanda.
like Task Force Wanda, baby. That's what it's all about.
Sir, tell me a hill to hold W at. I need you to shoot. Well, I'll shoot accurately. Oh.
So
Yeah,
now I'm sneaking up on him with some fuck. I'm going heavy lat. I'm just gonna fucking blow his ass up.
Jesus Christ.
It was nice.
Oh, Sam, you're still alive. I'm glad you're still with us.
Oh no, Sam's here. Sam just has like little coughing spurts where he just dies momentarily. We usually just wait
Right
about a
up the
good 30 to
ass.
40 seconds, and he starts
That
breathing.
wasn't that was a laughing spurt that made almost die.
That was
wasn't just
so
coughing.
bad. Oh, my legs! Why'd you get out?
I want to make that my ringtone. Is what I want to do. I think that's
His laughing.
Just no, him dying from laughing.
Sam, are you okay?
Here it comes, gentlemen. Gotta get him.
You can like hear the bloodlust in Otto's voice. He's like,
Yeah, he's just ready for
Viewers and
it.
Amon.
I got him. I got him.
Wait, Otto, can you give me the fucking squad tag? Because I don't get notified when anyone mentions he had squad. I'm
yeah,
disappointed.
How do I have squad tag and you don't?
I know, right?
Wow!
When Bardo was giving it out, I don't think Sam was here. Sam was still on vacation.
He just needed to mention on the thing on the squad chat.
No, he was on. Sam was on vacation, dude. He was doing important IRL stuff. with
was
actual
gone for a
people,
week.
with humans
You can take
outside.
vacation here? Damn.
No, you're not allowed to.
Oh, he's so fucked.
Yeah.
You get vacation days every time you kill your squad lead.
Hey, Kath. I'll get a favor.
He got out to repair it, and then I hit it, and I killed him.
Kath, I need a favor.
What's up?
I may or may not have a crime stat. I don't know
Let's break
how
him
to,
out of prison.
Problem.
I'm
Let's break him out
recording.
of prison.
I don't know how to.
Oh,
get-
he's fucking gone, dude.
Someone go help
I
Fox.
love how there's just like, we got one dude's a criminal. Otto's just casually broken the Geneva Convention. And then this is just this podcast is just going on. We've already asked people to like and subscribe. What are you guys still doing?
Yeah, no, we already went through the
Leave a
outro.
comment, and then buy me a new ship. And I will,
This is the outro. The
I'll
outro is
call you
another 40 minutes long of
Yeah,
this.
but mess
The
up.
outro
30
is the
minute
big
long
podcast
outro.
number 2 before the podcast number 2 comes out.
No, remember we told you this is 1.5. The
Oh,
making
you shoot
of
this guy from the
podcast.
chocolate guy, and then it's like crime committed. I was like, wait, what? I was just following orders.
Guys, don't upload podcast 1. Only upload podcast 1.5.
Not even one.
This isn't. Yeah, this is okay. This is.
Because
The
it's behind the
internet
scenes
wonder where
includes the part
podcast
one as well.
was.
That's how you generate views. You load podcast 4, and you don't tell them where podcast 1 through 3
No,
are.
technically,
Nah, we
They
got
have to watch the whole podcast to find out where podcast 1, 2, 3 through 3 are.
Every single podcast is
They
just a
don't
random
exist.
number, but it's higher than the last one.
They
Yeah,
don't.
there you go.
So he's
No,
going.
you don't need.
It'll be podcast 4, and then it'll be podcast like 21. And they'll be like, oh fuck, I missed so
No,
much.
we need to have podcast 20. No, we need to have podcast 68, and then podcast
Oh.
70, and then from 70 to 100, just constantly mention podcast 69.
We'll actually get there someday, and then we'll do it then. And no one will
Just-
be on the joke unless
dude.
they watch this
I'm saying just
1.5.
casually, casually just from 70 to 100.
We'll get there. We're gonna
You guys gotta watch
69,
podcast
guys.
69.
So
69. That was a crazy one. And then the whole internet's like, dude, what the fuck was 60?
And we'll have viewership by then because we'll be so crazy no one can keep up with it.
No one
I
can
say
turn
you
away.
guys
We're
squad
amazing.
roll.
Like, what's the conversation going to be about today?
Really, that's just what it is. It's just the
I
most.
wonder how we qualify as white noise. Like, how much of what we say is that out the world where someone actually can't get things done while listening to us?
I'm literally
Yes.
tuned out right now.
No, this is the
Who else
perfect
needs-
white noise. We have.
Who else needs a squad roll real quick?
Me, please, Mindstorms.
Okay,
Sam
perfect.
and Mike.
I got
You know what?
I got
You
Sam.
You should put the podcast on Pornhub to be the platform.
Yes!
It's my new platform is Pornhub.
We should
Somebody animate the entire thing.
Do you want me to put all my sex
Animate.
tape stuff on there too? Is that really what you're looking for?
No, it'll be the
I
Star
think that's
Citizen,
what you're
Star Citizen podcast. Just totally.
You know what? Okay.
It's fucked by game
As a meme, let's put episode 69 on Pornhub.
Yes, we'll do that. We'll do that.
Listen, guys, I'll just
For it.
stream on
It's
my
somewhere
free
in the
cam.
world. I mean, you're
We'll
here
just
first.
be
Episode
Star
69 is on Pornhub.
I know.
We're gonna do that
guys,
board
guys,
gamer thing
guys.
where we overlay old footage from IAE and stuff like that onto the video.
So
My freelancer, no.
someone needs to make a lot of porn for me, at least a couple hours, so I can put our voices over the porn.
A couple
I'm on it. I'm on it. I got you covered.
For that episode. If you can make it Star Citizen themed, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'm on it. I'm on it. I'll be right back.
No.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
We have about 68 episodes left before I have to worry about it.
Well,
But
nobody helped me. Since nobody
Prince
helped.
of Freelancer.
Nobody help. Please, God. Oh my god.
I'm not dead yet. They blew up my freelancer, but I'm just gonna drift in space until this guy shoots with a laser.
That should be
You're
a
gonna-
thing.
I'm glad you're in my server and did fucking nothing for me. I'm taking out
recording. I have atmospheric carrick contemplation going on back there.
Atmospheric carrot contemplation.
And you need to enjoy jail. Just don't drop the soap.
Somebody
Contemplation. Where the fuck did you come up with that?
I see the
Anyway,
carrot
keep it
is
on the
atmospheric.
spot.
It's like a contemplation.
What the fuck are you contemplating?
Laura, they're kicking in right there.
There's a little bit of the whiskey kicking in.
Oh man.
Yeah, you'll see it. You'll see what I mean.
Mhm.
Foxy, you'll enjoy jail. You'll be fine.
Listen, what we should do is we'll all get in Star Citizens, hop on a Carrick, sit in an area, and just stream on my free cam.
You know what really
Say whatever
annoys
the fuck we want.
My free cams.
You know what really annoys me about this? This guy's
That-
name is Catharsis.
No, it's
Is
The
not.
guy that's killing me is taking my bounty.
You're lying.
Yes, his name is. His name is Catharsis with a C.
Send screenshot, please. Proof.
I mean, I would, but I was getting shot whilst in space, and this guy was just, because I jumped out of my fucking freelancer. hoping
I
he
would look to see who's in game right now, but I don't want to just.
Look, all I'm saying is
disturb this atmospheric character.
this atmospheric character. There you go. Thank you. Atmospheric carrot contemplation. Ladies and gentlemen, Neil deGrasse Tyson, eat your heart out. This
Yay! I'm glad that my friends are no help.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, dude.
Literally mentioned nothing. Like, they're just like, hey guys, I have a crime stat. What do I do? Somebody else help him. Everyone in the.
That was my help. I was trying to get help for you somewhere else.
Look, I'm not even on Star Citizen, homie.
I know you're not. Kath is, and he's in my server, but he can't be bothered. He's too busy running a shit ass podcast.
Dude,
Yeah,
Kath is in your house. If you stubbed your big toe on the bedside right now, he wouldn't come upstairs to help
No,
you.
I'd probably go and shoot him. You're in pain. I must bring you out of your misery. What else?
Give me a second. I gotta go talk. to Lance about possibly
It was-
raiding
It
around.
was
Hey,
at that exact moment that the NSA shut the tape off and drove directly to Kath's house. He didn't even prelude it. He said, "No, I'd probably just go shoot him."
He's in pain.
He didn't even start off
Right
with
out
the
loud.
suffering part.
Don't know any medical, no medical expertise. So you just got to put him out of his misery.
Medical
No,
exam is
see,
not coming till like
this is
3:30.
exactly how it's gonna go in a courtroom. They're gonna be like, it's gonna be Kath on.
Kath, it would be a
Nah,
damn shame if our landlord showed up for a
As
random
you can see, ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Like it would be a damn shame if our landlord showed up for a random inspection because we would not pass.
God. Yeah, I know. We need to clean. I'm
So
joking.
I would suggest keeping your guns away from me. Yeah. Now you're joking. Now that I brought the landlord into
I
it.
would not shoot Foxy just because he subbed his toe.
What if it was funny?
This is because he still that's oddly specific. But okay, I like how
I gotta
your landlord's probably listening to this podcast right now. How
No,
funny
she is most certainly not.
Just walks upstairs and is like, "Oh, you think you're fucking funny?"
Hell no, she is not.
No,
You didn't clean. It's not her cup of tea.
Not her cup of tea.
She would never go near any of my
Not her
content.
cup of whiskey.
She's related to me.
Not her cup of wine, probably. I think.
Cup of wine, but like boxed wine. I never knew that.
Yeah, it's fine. Well, I don't know. It depends. It depends on if Ken's gotten his job back yet or not. It'll be box wine if he hasn't. For clarification, our landlord is my mother.
It's quite the Jerry Springer show down here.
So I have the power to raise the wife at any time.
Wait, this just got better. Screw the podcast. Tell me more.
No, I mean the true to life answer is Blake and I, like, my mom got remarried 6 years ago or something like that, and I did
you block A, dude. That's it. It's over. You fucked up.
Like,
Block
so,
A. Thank you.
Yeah.
So like,
he knew it was
I
coming.
know. I get it all the time.
It's over.
All
Please,
the time.
please. Oxy, tell me your name's Aaron. Please tell me your name's Aaron.
my name is not Aaron.
Oh, hey,
Your name changed to Aaron right now, please.
But so anyway, so we're moving down to Florida. So we
Episode
want
1, names being changed.
So we want to move down to Florida, right? But like we start looking at it, and like it's like we were up in Illinois where we used to live. We were paying like $600 a month for a 2-bedroom apartment. Like it was crazy inexpensive. But if we moved down here, it was gonna be like $1,500 agent. And we're like, we can't afford that. We can't swing that kind of a change in our, because we didn't have jobs lined up or anything yet or anything like that. So,
Dude, even if you did, that's a lot of money.
yeah. So there's a condo like right across the street from my mother's like place of residence or whatever. And my stepdad he's not rich, but he is well off. And so he bought one of the condo places and he just rents it to us, and he rents it to us for about half the price we would normally pay. So we couldn't live in Florida if not for them. So we're just like,
Nice.
yeah, okay, we appreciate you. Like we tried. I tried to not, because I didn't want to like have them as my landlord. So I tried like looking for somewhere else, but there was no way we couldn't even close.
That's decent. That's also heartwarming and heartfelt, and that's something I've never experienced, nor will I ever get to experience because my family sucks. But anyway,
But I mean, like, so it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, they're our landlord, and yeah, my mom will not enter the house, but it's always fun to be like, whenever he starts to get up and he'd be like, I'll tell the landlord to come have an inspection.
A little bit too.
tell him all. Jesus Christ, this guy is really just pulled an I'm telling mom on you.
Yeah,
well, he's kind of just a dick, you know. He's you can't have anything nicer than him. He's got to have the nicest thing. He wants that Idris. He wants me to pay for his Idris.
Okay, but I offered to get 3 months off your fucking sentence for Idris.
Yeah, but it's still your fucking Idris. It's not my Idris. Not pay rent by the Idris.
Don't buy rent, but okay, then I'm not calling mom. I'm just kicking your ass out.
But I'd have an Idris, so you know.
Yeah, I was about to say, but you still don't have an Idris, so I guess who's the real winner?
I mean, it wouldn't be real hard to be like, hey, mom, I'm changing the locks to the house. You'd be like, oh, okay, we just need a copy of the key, and all your shit is still inside the house.
Or she'll be like, all right, we'll need a copy of the key and proof of ownership of an Idris. And then you get kicked out because you don't have an Idris. So I guess that Gath is still in the lead.
I'm minding my way out of this fucking prison.
Okay, we are going on 60 minutes of this 1.5.
Has it actually been?
It has been 60 minutes.
An hour? Dude, you said goodbye to the podcast like twice.
No one's going to listen past 5 minutes, so this was a complete waste of time. Thank you, everyone.
What happened to the quick 15 minutes?
Someone kept on talking. I don't know who.
15 minutes, they're gonna hear like, comment, and subscribe, and then
comment, and subscribe.
why the fuck
Well,
is this 45 minutes of
This is the
content?
bonus. This is
Make
the
sure
bonus.
to throw up your OAC merch.
We gotta
we
put
have-
this somewhere
we
that
have
doesn't have
merch.
liking, commenting,
Hey.
or subscribing.
Have the founders make some merch, and I'll put it up on the description.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. How are we shilling for something that doesn't exist yet?
Buy some merch. Buy some,
How low is the capitalism have we sunk?
It doesn't
Eventually, we'll have some merch.
We're,
Go ahead and just buy
selling
it.
wait, we can't even say that because we're buying ships that don't exist. What is this?
The irony.
Idris.
Let us all have an existential crisis now, please.
Yeah, let's not catch that on camera. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, or not. I don't really give a fuck.
This isn't good on YouTube. Let's be realistic. And if it does, it ain't sticking.
Great on YouTube. It's not for people. It's for us.
This is for a very this is for a very specific
It's for Fen and like one other person that's like Fen.
One poor YouTube guy is gonna have to vet this fucking video.
I'm just posting it. I don't give a fuck. Do it live. Fuck it.
You know, I just thought about it. You're right. There's some guy at YouTube. Hello, Mr. Nameless YouTube employee, by the way. There's some guy at YouTube that has to watch this video at some point in time.
Oh,
We
no.
had some real good conversations about Star Citizen there for a bit, and then we just went off the rails at Squad.
Dude, YouTube employee, Mr. Hypothetical YouTube employee, I feel bad for you and you need a better job.
Please keep in contact and be sure to check out our episode 69 video on YouPorn or Pornhub or wherever we put it. Let's put it up both. XXNX.
Porn.com. Check it out.
We'll just stream it off Chatterbait or something, maybe. Just get an account and put do it live on Chatterbait.
Yeah, Dank Omegle account.
Yeah, just over
there you
Omegle.
go.
Yeah, we can split it. It'll be a piece.
I wouldn't have locked your phone so that I could call one of my friends, and I found that you were on Pornhub. Do you care to explain that? It
was episode 69.
Yeah, it's
Look,
an old thing. You wouldn't understand.
And we have to name it the Special 69 so someone can make that misassumption too. So like, what were you doing on Pornhub? I was watching the Special 69.
The special 69. The 69 special.
69 Special, that's what I was watching, Mom.
Yeah, the 69. It was nothing. It wasn't. Well, there's gonna be porn overlaid over it, so I guess I can't say that.
Yes. That episode may have a couple of suggestive ads.
Yeah, maybe a little bit lewd. At the very least, softcore. I'll get some titties in there or something.
Call Pornhub specifically and be like, hey, for this video, can you tone it down a little?
What we can do is we can do what we're doing now with the Carrick special atmospheric shit, and just show some titties at the beginning. We'll do it at the end to make people wait. We're like, hey, there's tits at the end here. You just have to wait through this 2.5 hours of us.
Even better. Say it's randomly scattered throughout this video. No, you have to watch.
And just do like a single frame where you can't actually see it. Like it's
You got to do
the next one.
that thing they've got on Pornhub, the two invisible lesbians wrestling on the floor or whatever, and it's just a guy who filmed his floor for 15 minutes.
I can't think of which is better, the fact that it exists or the fact that you know it exists.
Oh, I've known it exists since I was like 18, man. Like,
yeah, have you seen his Discord?
How much you find that? How much you find that? You're just
your
scrolling
Opera GX
one
tab.
day and you're like, hey, what is this?
shall I find a way to revive that Not Safe for Life channel so that you can peruse it at your own leisure?
Go for it.
You can already peruse the sheer amount of trap in that Not Safe for Work channel.
If that's what you want.
Yeah, if that's what you're
If
into,
you want
man.
good porn, you can look at my garbage channel.
It's not
you know what I want? I want to do what I should have done forever ago. What I was trying to do like 2 hours ago. That's sleep.
Okay, we're gonna end it. Thanks for joining us on this inaugural 1.5. Not the first.
Inaugural 1.5.
It's not the first one, but it's our inaugural. Because we missed quite a bit.
You guys are gonna see.
Podcast 1.
No, but
Podcast
seriously, how
1.5.
many outros do we have in this right now?
How many what?
How many outros have we had already?
About 7 or 8.
Yeah, I think we're lit up to
Looking
5.
up there.
But yeah, thanks you for joining us all. Yeah, this is no one's gonna listen to this far, so. doesn't
People will. People will 4 years from now when we're popular.
The one guy who listened this far. I can't wait to meet the one guy who listened this far.
I'm gonna email him and like.
But it's gonna
and,
be
like,
you.
give
You're
him,
gonna
like,
listen to this
an
all. You're
interview.
like, oh, it's me. I listened.
It's
to this
me.
far.
That's right. I
listened to
did that.
the entire hour.
Hey yo.
But yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it some other night after squad or something. We'll get maybe a little bit more organized.
Or we'll just jump in and just all. We need to have topics to talk shit about.
Oh, we have tons of those.
We have one of those.
It needs to be
Start
structured. We
those.
can't just go from. What was the first topic? How would you punish? No, taking people hostage. And then
No, it's not even taking people hostage. We were trying to take people's jobs at gunpoint.
Oh, there you go.
But we weren't recording for that.
Shark nukes.
That's not what we recorded. That was right after.
No, I'm saying like we need structure so we don't go off like that. You know, because it's.
Honestly, I think it's better without structure. I really like this.
All right, fuck the structure.
If you want to structure it for us, Ben, feel free. I'm gonna purposely derail it.
Are you gonna fucking run the minute, Secretary Fenn?
I couldn't keep the structure if I wanted to. Trust me.
Couldn't. No.
You're the one that takes it off the rails more than anybody else in this call.
Dude, what rails?
Exactly.
We're in spaceships, so where we going? We don't need rails.
Fuck.
Grease in the wheels.
Sam is just like gearing up mentally for what's gonna happen. He's like, oh god, what am I part of now?
Okay, I'm ending it. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you.
Are you sure about that?